you, it's not rocket science. Tonight,
Romesh sniffs out true love.
Do you think your body odour has potential?
definitely smells astounding.
And Ben goes on holiday to the centre of the sun via North Germany.
Look at that. It's like the lunar landing module on steroids.
Every week, one of us puts it all on the line to prove a scientific theory. And yep, here I go again. Hello? I'm back in the warehouse of doom. And this time there's no one around. All solid objects have a centre of gravity. By moving an object's centre of gravity, we can give it death-defying properties. You're going to be putting this theory to the test and face your greatest fear by taking the high wire of hell. Hell. There's a bike on a tightrope. I hate heights. You know I hate heights. Everything here screams death. Oh my! I hope you don't think I'm going to be cycling up there. I mean, obviously bikes don't balance on wires, so it's just fallen. I love cycling, but I hate heights. Well, it's smashed to pieces, it's totally broken. Surely I'm not going to be on the bike. I hate heights. I've told you I hate heights.
Rachel, don't worry. That's not going to happen to you.
Kevin, what is this? Why have you got a cardboard parrot?
Arriving in style and with a perfect sense of timing, he's captain of all things scientific. It's Dr. Kevin Fong.
Kevin, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you've got a parrot.
Don't worry about the parrot. I heard you liked cycling, and I thought we'd have a bit of a cycling trip with a twist. You've seen the wire?
Yeah.
18 metres above us.
Yeah.
60 feet. I'm going to get you to cycle from that side of the hangar along that wire to that side on a bicycle. And I can understand why you're slightly scared, because when that bike hits the floor, it's doing about 42 miles an hour. But you don't need to worry.
I feel sick. I've got no balance.
It is all about balance,
Yeah.
and I will stop you falling. You are going to be saved by the power of the parrot, or at least the way that this parrot is balancing. Science Corner. Now, Rachel, this is difficult to do, to ride a bike slowly.
You can't even cycle on the ground on a line.
No, that is true. Or a wire.
Well, you can't cycle on a tightrope.
That's because my centre of gravity is above the line or the wire. It wants to turn me over the wire, take me off. But up there, it'll be much better. And that's because we're going to adjust your centre of gravity. Lemon's the bicycle, the water line is the wire. This is you. Put yourself on the bike, try not to fall off.
Right. In the middle.
In the middle. Ah! All objects have a centre of gravity. It's the point where the weight evenly balances. In the case of this lemon, it's right through the middle. Now, we can make that all work perfectly well by lowering the centre of gravity of the system, just by simply putting a weight on a stick on the bottom of it. That goes in the tank, and that is now much more stable. Adding the weight underneath means the centre of gravity moves down from the middle of the lemon to well below it. This is you again on the lemon bicycle.
Oh, dear.
And let's see what happens now.
Well,
And it's much more stable.
so we need a big weight under the bike.
Well, not
A long
that
way
big a
under.
weight. You need a weight that's similar to the weight that's on top.
Are you putting your money where your mouth is?
I thought I should after all of this.
You trust the science that much?
Yeah, I always trust the science.
What was with the parrot? Is it a new accessory or?
OK, well, that's because this is exactly what I'm showing you here. Pretty Polly balancing on my finger because, can you see there? There's a weight here which is lowering the centre of gravity of this system in exactly the same way that will lower the centre of gravity of the system that you and I will be part of.
So even if I wobble?
Even if you wobble, you cannot fall off.
18 metres up on the wire is a standard bicycle. The tyres have been removed and suspended underneath is a seat for Kevin. His weight will lower the centre of gravity, allowing me, hopefully, to ride across 50 metres of wire hanging in thin air.
I get the idea of centre of gravity, and I get the idea that it shouldn't fall off, but I just don't know why it needs to be so high. I'm scared. I don't like heights.
Standing by.
This is going to be fine.
Oh, but it's moving.
You're definitely ready for this.
Okay.
It'll be all right. I'll see you on that side of the hangar.
Hey, everybody stand by. Here we go.
See you later.
Oh, this is horrible. Not only do I have to test the physics of centre of gravity in the bike, I've got to overcome my fear to actually get up there in the first place. Oh my word. It's just dangling. Are you all right?
It's all pretty good.
I don't want to go up there. I want to be on the floor. Oh. Oh my God!
All right, Rachel. I'm right here.
It does what? Oh my, look how much that wobbles.
Yep.
Open the thing first.
Coming through.
Okay. That's this
We've
one.
totally got you. Yeah, we've totally got you.
That one first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my, there's nothing underneath, there's just Kevin. You shut the door. It's really wobbly. Oh my God, what are you making me do?
Rachel, just remember, it's just a bicycle on a wire 65 feet above the floor of a hangar.
Okay, let's do this quick. I don't like it.
3,
Oh my God, it's wobbly.
2,
Kevin,
yeah, 1.
why am I doing this?
Launch.
What? Oh no! Oh my word! This is not normal!
Come on, keep going.
I'll keep going, Kevin. Oh my God, I'm wobbling. Oh my, oh, we're almost there.
Well done. Told you it'd work.
That felt like the most unnatural thing in the world. That was horrible. That was so horrible, and this is so wobbly. Oh my God. So I'm alive. Oh, Kevin, my centre of gravity is working. And I'm especially pleased to be on firm ground again. I can't believe that I cycled across a tightrope just from Kevin's weight underneath me. It's amazing that that works. I went against my instincts when I was up there, trusted the science, trusted Kevin, and it worked. Science didn't lie. We did it! And I'm still breathing.
I'm so pleased it worked.
Rachel Riley, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah. I know. I'm pretty proud. I was brave. I think I'm braver than you two.
You are fearless. I don't know about you, Ron, but I have developed a paranoid fear of warehouses
I know,
after
I hate
these
that
stunts.
place.
I don't like Kevin. Every time you see him, he's got something that might kill you.
Another thing about Kevin that disturbs me is not only is he a scientist, a physicist, obviously, but he's also a trauma surgeon.
Yeah.
And I find that a little bit unsettling.
It's weird. It's like he's creating work for himself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, he's a lot less smug when he has to put his own life on the line as
Really?
well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. He asks a few more questions. He's not quite as diligent when it's just us.
Do you still love bikes? Can you still...
That's the thing. I do love cycling.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wouldn't do it again, I've got to say. But it's so counterintuitive because you think on a tightrope, I mean,
Yeah.
you think you're gonna just slip and something's gonna happen and you're gonna fall. It's just horrible actually getting on there. And you could see I was pedalling pretty quickly.
We have another round of applause for Rachel Riley!
Coming up, Ben is helping to solve the world's energy crisis.
It's like putting on a pair of glasses that's letting you see 100 years into the future.
And Romesh is sniffing out true love.
Are there any that as soon as you've pulled it out the bag, you've gone, I'm going to write that number down?
Yeah. Magic. Fact or fiction?
It's fiction, mate. It's something that they do to fool idiots. I mean, everybody knows that, don't they? It's a load of rubbish.
Opinions. Everyone's got one, but I wanted to find out whether science could turn even a humble, untrained, mesoscopic physicist like me into the next David Copperfield. Take a look at this.
Ever since I was small, I've been fascinated by magic. I love the way that the seemingly impossible can be made to happen right in front of your very eyes. I want to know whether science can make me a better magician, a magician capable of pulling off an absolutely awe-inspiring trick right in front of you at home. To help me, I've come here to meet Dr. Gustav Kuhn, an ex-magician turned psychology lecturer. At least that's what he wants us to believe. Gustav? Gustav? Ah, Gustav. Lovely to meet you. So you're a psychologist. That means you can read people's minds and...
No, I think what you're thinking of is the psychic.
Ah.
As a psychologist, I'm really interested in how magicians manipulate what you see and what you experience. So, well, let me teach you something about misdirection.
Excellent.
Dr. Gustav has devised a number of experiments to help us understand what's going on with the eyes and the brain when we witness a magic trick. So I'll need to wear these specially designed eye tracking glasses. Cameras are fitted inside to enable Gustav to monitor exactly what I'm seeing when he performs his illusions.
Ready for a little bit of magic?
I am.
Okay. Now, Ben.
What? You are centimetres away from me, and that just disappeared into thin air.
Now, Ben, I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. You ready?
Ready? Yeah.
Now, this time, can you tell me what you saw?
I see through your ploy. Yeah, you just dropped it into your lap.
Yes, but I did exactly the same thing as I did the first time.
Really?
This is not a real magic trick. I'm just using misdirection to play around with your mind. In order to be able to really see exactly how misdirection works, should we go and have a look at your eye movements?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Now, unless you really attend to something, you just won't see it.
Right.
This little red dot here, this is exactly the point at which you are looking. Now, let's play back your eye movements. I wanted you to look at the light. You're looking at this bright flame. You're following my hand. This is when the light is being dropped, and you are being beautifully misdirected, and therefore failed to actually notice the light being dropped.
Right.
Now, this is only one of the techniques that magicians have got up their sleeves.
Okay.
Let me show you another one.
Great.
So if you just have a seat here.
Okay.
In this second experiment, all I have to do is keep my eye on the ball.
Now, Ben, can you tell me what you saw?
You made a ball disappear in the middle of the air.
In the middle of the air? Okay. Now, do you believe this is what happened?
Well, obviously, on some level, I know that can't be true, but that's what I saw, and seeing's believing, right?
In fact, it was secretly palmed inside my hand.
But I saw the ball leave your hand. How does that work?
Well, most people experience a ball as moving up, but in order to really understand why this illusion works, let's review the footage from the eye movements.
Okay.
This is why I love magic. Even though the ball wasn't there on the third throw, I swear I saw it disappear into thin air. But like every great trick, there's much more to this than meets the eye.
You can see that you're looking at my face and then up on the ball. You can look at the ball when it's being thrown for real. Again, looking at the ball. Then when it disappears...
Huh. I didn't follow the ball.
You didn't follow the ball, no. Your eyes weren't actually tricked.
Yeah, but I saw it go up in the air.
So what this tells us is that this illusion really happens right inside our brains.
Wow.
It takes about 150 milliseconds for the information to travel from the eyes into the brain. And so what you're really experiencing is not the way that the world is at this point in time, but the way you expect it to unfold. And that's what really allows us to respond to things that happen really rapidly.
This is incredible. So really, virtually everything that we're seeing, apart from a few tiny points of attention, is an illusion.
Yes. All that magicians are really doing is finding very entertaining and amazing ways of pointing out some of these illusions.
Perfect, right. An amazing way of pointing out these illusions. This is what I need, see. I need you to teach me a trick that I can perform in the studio, something spine-chilling, jaw-dropping, and very possibly life-threatening. Can you do that?
I think we can do that, but that's going to be for your eyes only.
Please, would you welcome the Genie Mellorini?
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. A kind of magic.
I know there's one of my co-presenters you can't wait to see in a revealing outfit. So please welcome the gorgeous Romesh Ranganathan. Romesh, you're looking gorgeous tonight. Would you please step into the box?
There's no way I'm going to get in that, mate.
Come on, try.
It's a joke, man. I don't even want to wear this, do you know what I mean? And now you get me in a box.
Romesh, would you please sit on the chair while I find another glamorous assistant? I need a good-looking volunteer. A volunteer. A volunteer. What about you there, young lady, studiously avoiding eye contact? What is your name?
Layla.
Come with me up onto the stage. Can we have a round of applause for Layla? Stand here. That's it. Put your head there. Okay. Over here. Thank you. Rachel, what did you think of that bit of misdirection there, then, eh?
Absolutely no idea at all how you did that.
Ah, yes, not that bit of misdirection. I mean, this bit of misdirection. Yes, in full view of this studio audience, I gave Romesh a sex change.
Ben, no you didn't. I'm up here, mate. That's my mum.
Romesh, why am I wearing these ridiculous clothes then?
Sorry, Mum, I've got to make money somehow, do you know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give it up for the great Millerini?
And may I ask for a huge round of applause for Romesh and Romesh's mum!
Coming up, Ben goes on the hottest holiday he's ever had, and we're having ourselves a little futuristic fashion show. See you soon.
Welcome back to It's Not Rocket Science. Very soon, I'll prove your nose is the most important organ when it comes to love.
But first, scientists have discovered that the Earth is actually two planets stuck together. Billions of years ago, our planet collided with another one called Theia. Part of our world broke off to form the Moon, and the rest of Theia stayed put, so we're actually living on two planets at the same time. Secondly, this is the cabin crew must-have look for 2016. I know. Cute Circuit and EasyJet are trialling this new uniform, which is covered in 10,000 LEDs. It makes the cabin crew more visible, and you can also display flight information and very important messages, like Ben smells. I think you should know. But I'm not the only one with a fetching outfit tonight. You're looking good, boys. You're looking incredibly street.
What are these, exactly?
I'll tell you. So, back in the 70s, a professor called Alexander Schaus discovered that if you put violent and aggressive people in a room painted entirely in this colour, which is Baker Miller pink, it would calm them down. And now one company, they've taken that idea and they've run with it. So the colour that you're wearing now is that exact Baker Miller pink.
How's it supposed to work?
Well, Schaus was investigating whether different wavelengths, so different coloured light, actually have an effect. So they can change your emotional state or whether your hormones change.
Hold on. What do you mean? What's going to happen to me wearing this?
Well, we don't know.
I don't want any kinky stuff going on just because I put this on, mate.
The company that have made these hoodies say if you wear them in that colour and
you get beaten up in Croydon.
They're not using that as a sales pitch. If you combine this beautiful outfit with some pretty generic relaxation techniques, then it's supposed to instantly calm you down.
I don't feel calm.
Sounds like absolute nonsense. Let's give it a go.
Right, OK, can I cue the calming music?
OK.
I'm going to give you a sofa each.
Okay.
If you just zip up the zip so we can't see the face.
What, all the way up?
Much better fashion look for the two of you as well. Yeah, all the way up. You look much less ridiculous. OK. Now, if you just lie on your backs, on the sofa, go to your happy place.
My happy place is not in this hoodie.
Imagine a waterfall. You want to cuddle some puppies, stroke some rainbows.
What do you think our hobbies are, man?
So, I mean,
Romesh the puppy cuddler, yeah, that's my
how do you feel?
like an idiot.
I feel like I'd like to do something that involves real science.
Real science? All right, fine. OK, I think that's a fair test. I think we're not buying it, are we?
How do you get out of it? I'm having a panic attack!
You just stay still. You just stay still. Romesh is all right. Oh! OK, then. Let's talk about the science of attraction. It's not just about looks or personality. As our very own Mr. Lover, Romesh recently found out. Didn't you, Rom?
Who needs eau de toilette when you've got eau de Ranganathan? Now, we've all heard about love at first sight.
Feels so good.
But what about love at first smell? Sound crazy? Well, I've come to this uber-trendy bar in East London, which is hosting a singles night with a difference, to meet Dr. Tamara Brown, an expert in human odour, to find out more. So basically, you work for a company that matches people who are genetically compatible, is that right?
Exactly. The company actually does a DNA test,
Right.
and we test a gene which is called human leukocyte antigen.
Sorry, say that again. Who?
HLA.
HLA, yeah, that's what I'll call it.
When people meet each other for real, in person, they actually smell the HLA setup of another person. So you are smelling out whether that person is actually fitting you.
So when I first met my wife, we were smelling each other to figure out if
you
our
were not aware of it, but that's
Right.
what you were doing.
Whether we're aware of it or not, HLAs play an important role helping us to sniff out a potential mate. Subconsciously, we're more attracted to people whose HLA setups are different from our own, because when they combine, they help us to create a stronger, healthier offspring. After all, isn't that what the dating game is all about? So in terms of HLAs, opposites really do attract. Based on this idea, we've asked singles night organiser Judy Nadal to host a party with a twist.
We ask each guest to wear a t-shirt for 3 nights, not to wear any perfumes, any deodorant, nothing that will hinder their own odour print. And then they come down to the party, they have their own individual number, and then they just smell t-shirts throughout the night, and they hopefully find their match through the compatibility of their smells.
So armed with bags full of dirty laundry and our knowledge of HLAs, we're going to find out whether people really are attracted to one another based entirely through their scent. Do you think your body odour has potential?
Definitely. Smells astounding.
Remember, singletons, nose likey, nose lighty. Sorry, that was a stinker of a pun. Are there any that as soon as you've pulled out the bag, you've gone, I'm going to write that number down?
Yeah. This one, for example. That's just
Are you winding me up?
No, smell it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. How's it going for you?
I like the science behind it.
Okay. So you're into the science?
Yeah, I like the science.
Okay.
The ones that were very easy it was like, wow, you could wake up next to that every day.
Right.
And there was one where I was like, whoa. Maybe they've been wearing it for longer than everyone else, I'm not sure.
Okay, Tamara, they've been sniffing for a bit. Do you really think this is going to work? That you can get a match just purely from analysing with your nose?
The normal body odor will translate into your HLA complex.
One day I had curry for dinner. Would that affect my t-shirt?
It would.
So that wouldn't be HLA. That'd be like tikka masala or something like that.
It would, but they would still smell out your HLA as
They
well.
would still be able to detect the HLA?
Because the receptors for HLAs are different than those for smells.
So they're using a different set of receptors. So they go, I like jalfrezi, but I also like his HLA. Yeah? Wicked. With the results of the smell test in, it's time to see if any of our singles have sniffed out a match. OK, this is very exciting, isn't it? I feel a bit like we're in that bit in the X Factor where they just narrow it down and go. So who did smell each other out? Who are the best HLA-wise?
So these are these two,
Yeah.
and these two.
OK, so these guys sniffed each other out and they're a good scientific match. So that's brilliant.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's see how it works out. Yeah. I'm excited, man. OK, guys, I've got some great news. There are 2 matches amongst you. Those matches are both strong in terms of your strong HLA match, and also you sniffed each other out. So the 2 couples are Matthew and Naima. Come on out. The next person is Alex. And also Nicola. OK, so, can you match up? Round of applause for the 2 couples, please. So, guys, I think, actually, what we don't want to do is mess around here. I think we need to find out how good these matches are. So, how about go downstairs, have a little drink, see how things go? Yeah? Yeah? Bang up for it? Sweet! As our 2 scientific matches begin their dates, even the slightest whiff of romance will help us prove our theory.
Have you ever been out with someone younger?
No, not yet.
No. So I'll be the first.
You'll be the first.
What?
Yeah.
So what do you do, like, in the, like...
I DJ. I play tech house, techno, progressive house, minimal tech.
I'm like, this is the worst music for me. It was nice. Kind of like indie, folky kind of music, maybe.
I don't know if the chemistry was there, I'll be honest. I'm clearly not getting a number, but...
Yeah.
She's a really nice girl. Quite a good match.
Yeah.
Love is in the air, I think. Yeah, I think I'll probably see her again at some point, yeah.
He's already talking about kids.
As the date comes to an end, so too does our experiment. While we proved that initially people can be attracted to one another through their scent alone, unfortunately, unlike science, love works in mysterious ways.
Well, at least we're safe in the knowledge that we don't smell bad.
Yeah.
So, Romesh, what's HLA exactly? I didn't quite
It's
get my
human
head around that.
leukocyte antigens.
Yeah, hello.
It represents our immune system.
Right.
So what you're looking for is you're looking for someone who's got an opposite HLA to yours. So
Yeah.
if you've got a certain HLA, that means you're resistant to certain diseases. And so you're looking for someone who's resistant to opposite diseases to you so that you can create some sort of, like, super baby.
OK, but if you've got opposite HLA, does that mean you're going to fancy them?
Well, you know, I don't think you'd use it as an opener. You know, I wouldn't approach someone and go, I believe that our HLAs are compatible and we'll have a genetically superior baby. Want to go out? I reckon you get knocked back.
Yeah.
You want it to be a bit magical, don't you?
Can I point out, you were the only person in that room who was actually in a relationship. Right?
Yeah.
Did you feel a bit sort of left out?
Well, no, I put my T-shirt in there just to see, mix it up a little bit. And I've got 0 matches.
Well, you might be interested to know, we've put your HLA to the test, OK, compared it with your wife's HLA to see if you're genetically compatible. Would you like to know the results?
No, I don't think I would.
Going to give you them anyway. Romesh. You are a 90% match. That is absolutely brilliant. Do you want the stats? Do you want the stats? Because there's a breakdown here. Romesh is attracted to his wife 75%. His wife is attracted to Romesh 63%. Well, as a thank you for letting us, you know, pop the hood and examine your genetic compatibility.
Pop my what, mate? You didn't do any such thing.
We thought we'd get you a little something, just
Thank you.
just to say thank you.
Here it is.
Have a look, have a look.
It's a scarf.
It's not just any scarf.
Right.
So humans, we're all 99.9% identical.
Yeah.
It's only that 0.1% that makes us unique, and that is the visual representation of that 0.1% of your unique DNA.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly won't be leaving this at a crime scene, though. I think that makes IDing pretty simple.
Well done, Ron.
Thanks very much.
After the break, it's my summer holiday to a place that's hotter than the sun.
And we're going out with a bang.
Welcome back. Now, if you haven't booked your summer holidays yet, don't worry, I have the perfect destination, and it's even hotter than the surface of the sun. Aura, check. Sunblock, check. Holiday wardrobe, check. Hire car. Oh, yes.
Going on a summer holiday.
I've arrived in Berlin, and already I've used 10.5 litres of petrol in my car to the airport, not to mention my share of the plane's fuel. Say another 28.5 litres.
We're all consuming energy all the time. Even my coffee cup has a carbon footprint. But one thing we know for sure is that fossil fuels are eventually going to run out. Of course, we do have other sources of energy. Solar power, of course, wind's great, but that's got a huge environmental cost. That's the reason. We are going to need another source of energy. Where I'm going is hotter than the core of the sun. And they think they found a solution to the world's energy crisis.
My holiday destination is the Max Planck Institute, a scientific research centre.
Scientists inside have spent the best part of 20 years creating the most extraordinary fusion generator.
And later today, the world will be watching as this new source of energy is turned on for the first time by Professor Klinger.
Professor Klinger!
Ben, very nice to have you here.
Fusion happens when two small atoms, or nuclei, fuse together to make a larger atom. When this happens, the atoms release large amounts of clean, renewable energy.
Fusion is the only new primary energy source mankind is working on.
And this is what happens in the sun?
Yeah, the fire that is burning in the sun is actually a fusion fire.
So first, I guess here you have to find a way to get them up to enough pressure and temperature that they start to fuse.
Yes, in order to meet the sweet point where these two light nuclei collide and fuse, we have to heat it up quite considerably, to 100 million degrees centigrade.
100 million degrees centigrade?
Yes, 10 times hotter than the sun in the center.
In your fusion generator?
Yes.
Professor Klinger and his team are developing a fusion generator that they're hoping will one day power our towns and cities. And I've been given exclusive behind-the-scenes access to it.
Wow.
This is the Stellarator.
Look at that. That is a prototype fusion generator. Can't tell you, I'm absolutely buzzing with excitement. It's like the lunar landing module on steroids. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that's letting you see 100 years into the future.
Yeah, it's a nice machine, isn't it? I like it too.
After 18 years in the making, the Stellarator is about to be showcased to the world.
We feel very honored to welcome you here in Greifswald from the United States, from Japan, from many different European countries.
Anything could go wrong. If it does, it could be a spectacular non-event.
And as you can see, the world's press are gathered.
We are about to switch on this fusion generator for the very first time.
Everyone's hoping to witness a breakthrough moment in science.
This is a huge bit of history. The future of mankind is at stake. There isn't anything else that we have that will solve the energy problem. Everything else either has huge environmental consequences or will run out at some point.
If nothing happens, we just try again. We try until something happens.
Failure isn't an option.
I would like to invite you all to count down from 10. Approaching the critical point.
Everyone's straining just to catch that glimpse of those screens up there. That's where we'll know for sure whether this short burst of fusion has actually happened.
Now we get a second shot. We're going to process the image and we get to see the flash. There it is. Woo!
Full of emotion. We saw the first little flash of this fantastic machine.
What it means is the machine is working.
There's a big relief that everything works as it should.
Fusion has taken one step closer to being the energy of the future.
Well done.
10 times hotter than the centre of the sun.
Something to 100 million degrees centigrade. That would melt any thermometer, right?
Yeah, well, it would melt the machine that it's in. So the whole trick is to keep it away from the walls, and they use magnetic fields to keep the charged particles away from the walls of the machine. One of the reasons that we haven't got nuclear fusion now is that it's hard to build these machines, and this is something that... This is a really important step forward because...
So how close are we now, then?
Well, we're sort of 40 to 50 years away from fusion that is supplying our energy needs.
How many years of fossil fuels have we got left?
We've got probably 100 or so years of fossil fuels, about the same for nuclear fuels, stuff like uranium. And then, of course, we've got wind power and solar power. That's renewable, but again, there's a huge environmental cost to that.
I mean, this fusion, this is still nuclear energy, isn't it? But it's not the bad kind of nuclear energy.
Yeah, it's not the bad kind, it's the good kind. The problem with fission, it's called, nuclear fission, is you take big atoms, you split them up, and you're left with radioactive waste. And that's really hard to deal with. Not only that, the difficulty with a fission reactor is keeping the reaction under control. With fusion, it's almost like the opposite. You've got tiny atoms that you're forcing together to make big atoms. Hydrogen into helium, basically, is the way that the sun does it. that releases enormous amounts of clean energy, and there's no waste. If we can crack this, we've cracked everything.
It's amazing. You speak about it so passionately and so excitedly.
Yeah, well, I've got some lovely snaps, actually. Have a look at this one. This is me next to a tank, getting really excited about fusion.
Great, lovely, yeah.
Here's me wearing a hairnet with some bloke talking about fusion. Here's me with another bloke having a glass of bubbly. It was a really, really emotional experience. I mean, I can't stress enough. You know, everybody needs to get behind this, behind fusion, because, like I say, you know, everything else either runs out or ruins the planet. Awesome.
Toyota.
Tell us about the car.
Well,
what is
this
it?
is basically the first hydrogen-fuelled car.
Really?
Yeah.
And it exists now? This is a real thing you can buy?
Yeah, it's the first one of its kind, just a cool 66 grand.
Right.
0 to 60 in 9 seconds. The only thing it gives off is pure water.
How far can it go on a full tank of hydrogen?
Full tank of hydrogen will go about 300 miles, but it's only £4 a kilogram, so it's about half the price of petrol in terms of economy.
Right, OK. Is that far enough to get you to the nearest hydrogen fuelling station?
Well, if you set off with a full tank and your nearest hydrogen fuelling station is 400 miles away, then you will have an issue.
But it comes in more than one colour, right?
Yeah, 5, actually.
That's the important thing.
All dark blue, but slightly different.
Right, well, hydrogen, great fuel. Would you like to see it in action?
Oh, my gosh, would I? Is it another one of your experiments, Ben? I'm so excited!
Time for another one of my demos.
Are you excited, audience? Yeah. Oh, my gosh, this is going to be crazy.
Come on, Rom, come into my laboratory. You need to put on some safety glasses now. The car we've just seen obviously works by combining hydrogen with oxygen.
Obviously.
Yeah, uses that to make electricity, which then powers the car. What I'm going to do is combine hydrogen and oxygen in an explosion. Now, there's the hydrogen balloon over here. You see, so we've got one of these igniters inside. This is an igniter just like that, and I'm going to show you what it does when we ignite it in air. Rachel, on my count, if you'd like to detonate the igniter. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Wow! Now we're going to set the igniter off inside the hydrogen, OK? So that's...
Oh, we want to do that.
Yeah? Rom, do you want to fire this one?
I'm
Absolutely not, mate.
OK, Rach.
Oh, OK. I'll
OK.
take one. OK.
3, 2, 1, fire. Nothing happens. All we've got in that balloon is hydrogen, and hydrogen on its own is stable.
But you said it was explosive.
It is explosive when you've got oxygen in there. So what we're going to do now is I've attached an igniter to the outside of the balloon. What do you think is going to happen when we ignite that?
I think there'll be a glowing and then nothing will happen.
OK, let's see. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Isn't that fantastic? So, OK, can we play that back, please? Let's have a little look what happened there. So the igniter ruptured the balloon, the hydrogen mixed with the oxygen, not in quite the right quantities it needs to make water most efficiently, but a pretty good mix. So that's how it works. Beautiful, isn't it? Chemistry in action. Well, that's all for now. So what have we learned? Well, however hard you try, you can't ever make Romesh disappear. Love stinks, and North Germany really is a great place to take a holiday.
Until next time, we're going out with a bang.
Play safely on the planet, people. Good night.